great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on Habscast.
Thank you, Mr. Dick Irvin. It's a great day to talk hockey every day, but it's an especially great day to talk Habs prospect today. On this President's Day in the U.S., no holiday in Canada, but I hope lots of people take the time to tune in today. I'm having a look at Michael Hage. And the question has to be asked, is he the most ready prospect outside of the NHL? One could make the argument. He's having a hell of a season in Michigan. Right now, he's tied for 5th in points with Cruz Lucius, just behind Max Plante, TJ Hughes, Ethan Wittenbach, and Zam Plante. He's 2 points out of second place in the scoring race. But that's, as a sophomore, that's pretty impressive. As you can tell, most of these guys are either sophomores or seniors. Wittenbach is a freshman, actually, Quinnipiac. He's having an impressive rookie year. Has to be in the running for Rookie of the Year, I would think, in college hockey. But Hage is a major reason why Michigan is a top 2 ranked team this year. You look at this stat here, expected goals. Right now, Hage is top 5 in expected goals as well in NCAA. Now, you'll notice there Sam Harris, another Habs prospect, is ranked 3rd in college hockey in expected goals. So Hage is doing it. Obviously, he's the play driver on that Michigan team, and we saw it at the World Juniors too. I don't think there was a better player at the World Juniors. He came within a point of tying Canada's all-time mark up in assists. So he beat out like Eric Lindros, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, had 2 more assists than they managed to get quite a while back at the tournament. And just like I say, 1 point shy, 1 assist shy of Connor Bedard's record, which seemed unbreakable 3 years ago, and he came down close to tying it. He by far the best playmaker at that tournament, created more offense than any other player in the tournament. Yeah, they gave it to Anton Frondell because he was on the gold medal winning team. I think you can safely argue if Canada had managed to get to that gold medal game, you would have seen Hage getting, and winning it obviously would have helped, but you'd have seen Hage getting the MVP or best forward in the tournament. One of the two. They don't normally give both to the same player, but Sheehash got the best forward in the tournament, I think it was, and there was no comparison between the two as far as I'm concerned. So when you use that as a barometer in terms of players that are ready to jump into the NHL that are of junior age, you can argue Frondell, but you could make a strong case for Michael Hage. He's a year older. I thought he was more dominant offensively at that tournament. I think Frondell had like 9 or 10 points, if I'm not mistaken, but it was Michael Hage who, above all others in the tournament, drove the offense for Canada and was a key reason why they scored so many more goals than they had the year before. I think it was, you revisit last year's squad and seeing Hage and how dominant he was there, you say to yourself, why wasn't he part of that team the year before? You could probably say the same thing about Perek too. They could have really used their offense, I'll tell you that much. But he's he's had an outstanding year in Michigan. He just keeps racking up the points. I've got video of all of his primary points, so his goals and his primary assists that I'm going to show, and it gives you a fair idea of just how well he's playing. Got a great shot here. You see the replay of that one, like his wrist shot. I don't I don't know that it's in Pickford's league, but it's damn close. It's very accurate. And there was another one. He sets up on the left side, has a great one timer. Has scored a few of his goals on the power play this year. I think if he joins Montreal at the end of the season, that he can be a an instant contributor to the second power play. That's, you know, if Liney's not there, he can take his place on the left wall on that second power play. But look at the again, another one of his wristers that I think his shot's a bit underrated. It's elite. It's definitely NHL caliber. But you can see there he's got a quick release, and often a wrist shot that is how he scores his goals. There was a nice empty netter. What I find interesting is that he he has 47 points in total this season. 37 of them are primary. So the vast majority of his assists are primary assists. So here's a nice one. But you see that there he scored a variety too, right? It's not just one. You know, there's a few over here on the left wall. Obviously, that's where he sets up on power plays. But there's there's an example of the variety of goals that he has scored this year, be it breakaways, tap ins, slap shots, wrist shots, dekes, like he did on that one. And here we get, that was an empty net, but you got to be in position and you got to put it in. See the release? It's really, it's a quality, a release that he has. Gets it off. That's going to beat goalies because it's, he his one timers are very quick and very accurate, and he gets lots of velocity on it. So the man's going to score goals at the NHL level, but I think even more so, and it was demonstrated at the World Juniors. This kid's going to be a good. It's going to be a top 6 forward, I believe. Who now, whether it's at center or wing, will be the question. But I think he's going to accumulate plenty of assists at the NHL level. Here are his primary assists so far this year. I like that. I like the. He's good puck possession player, but his vision is quality. I love that puck steal there on the forecheck and then boom out to McKenzie. That was a primo assist on his part. Here's one where he actually got an assist right off a face-off. You'll notice that quite a few of these Michigan goals, number 44, is a recipient. That, of course, is his teammate and fellow first-round pick, Will Horkoff. And it's safe to say that Will's benefited from having Michael Hage set him up. Like he's leading college hockey in goals, I believe, with 19. And Michael Hage has quite a few of the primary assists on him. But here are a bunch of his highlights from the World Juniors, and beautiful drag around the defenseman there, and then he found instant chemistry with Brady Martin, and I think Martin getting injured really affected Canada's ability to get to the. I love how he stopped. He stopped there, showed really good edges, and again, just his vision. It's high quality. That was Martin dumping it to him, and then the edges there, right, perfect, and then back to Martin. Loved that goal. Here he is feeding it through. Perfect spot. He put the puck right in the perfect spot, where if it's not right to the player, it's going off the pad, right? Either way, it was just perfectly placed, because it was a damn good chance there was going to be a rebound there. He also found chemistry with McKenna. That was an excellent feed. Down low first and then back over McKenna, wide open. But all you need to know about, look at that pass to McKenna, and then McKenna with the super deke. But this really shows it. Just, you can't make a better pass than that. Quick, accurate, and great vision. The whole works. That was an elite assist. And here, may have been a little lucky there, but he played so freaking well. I sometimes wonder on that one whether he meant it or not. Look at that backpack. We're gonna bring that back. Show this again. The behind the back pass to Horkoff here. Boom. That a beauty. I don't think it's coincidence that Will Horkoff, 19 goals in college, and yet you look at him. You look at his performance at the World Juniors. He gets one goal. Why? Because, well, he's not lining up beside Michael Hage, right? I just have to check something here. Bear with me a sec. I just want to confirm that Horkoff is the leading goal scorer. No, sorry, he's second to Max Plant in goals. And actually, two guys. So he's third in goal scoring, behind Stavroff and Plant. Each are tied with 20, and Horkoff's one back. Okay, sorry about that. But one goal at the World Juniors for Horkoff, right? Hage, one goal and one assist, so 2 points. Hage goes there and he leads the tournament in scoring. So who missed who more at the World Juniors? Safe to say it was Horkoff. But I mean, a fine prospect in his own right, but a lot of his goals are product of Michael Hage's work. There was another great feed that he made Michigan here. He's deadly on the power play at that level, and I think he can help. And that was, of course, to Horkoff again. I think he can help Montreal's power play right now. That was primary assist to Horkoff. Kept the puck in, batted it ahead to him. This one here, another one. Fed it to Horkoff instantly from behind the net. So it's not just along the wall that he makes these plays. Horkoff benefiting from a nice play drive from Hage. There he is in his office, getting it to Horkoff in front of the net. There he is feeding Horkoff again. The quick So it's not just always on the left wall. Sometimes he gets down low behind the net, usually it's finding Horkov in the right spot, right? But there's there's a there's a look at his primary points so far this year. Michigan, he's a major reason why Michigan is one of the top two teams in college hockey. Has been ranked there pretty much all year. Um, I think he's a slam dunk to be one of the nominees, one of the first nominees for the Hobey Baker, and he could even be a finalist, I think, this year. Michigan, we'll get as far as him being the most NHL ready prospect, I think we can answer that more definitively after the Frozen Four. Last year was a little disappointing, his performance and Michigan's in general. Mind you, they didn't have a particularly strong team last year, and this year's edition is much better. So I think Michigan. Well, they'll make the tournament regardless. If they lose the regional tournament first game, it won't matter. They're in to the final 16, and I think they'll be tough to beat. They're really deep. Great goaltending, obviously, with Ivankovic, Jack Ivankovic, however you want to pronounce it, in nets for Michigan and having a really strong freshman year. They got lots of reinforcements, guys like Cole McKinney, a good freshman class, right? McKinney, Malcolm Spence, on and on. But Horkov's breakthrough and Hage's continuation in growing, maturing as a player have really driven things in Michigan this year. And TJ Hughes, you can't discount what he's done as well. Those three get put together on a line most of the time, and along with along with the Plants there, I would say they're that best line in college hockey this year. So I think, like I say, if you get a chance, keep a close eye on the Frozen Four this year. I'll be watching those games intently, and if he steps up and produces similarly to how he has all regular season, and like he did at the World Juniors, then without a doubt, you know, within hours of the end of Michigan season, and they'll be hoping it's with the national championship. Kent Hughes will be getting in touch with his agent and saying, "Hey, get this kid signed. Let's get this kid signed, and let's bring him into Montreal and get him a couple of games in before the end of the regular season to see if he's ready to contribute to a Montreal team that hopefully, for their sake, will be playing in the NHL playoffs this year." So there you go. Most NHL ready prospect outside the NHL? Today, I would say yes. I'll be more definitive about it one way or the other after the college season, after the Frozen Four. If he plays as well as he has all the way up till now in this his sophomore season, then I think he's more than NHL ready and might even be able to contribute in the top six for Montreal down the stretch and in the playoffs. But that could be a little too soon for him. However, I think even if it's not this year, there's definitely top six offensive NHL potential with Hage, and the Canadians got themselves a great value in the 20s in the 2024 NHL draft. Thanks for watching.